Now I know what you're gonna say. Another video, Brad, about the Attitude Era? Come on already. You've made enough about them. But no, this takes the Attitude Era argument into a whole nother arena. Been watching videos from Off the Rope Show, did a video about them. Then years ago did a video response to ECW Hardcore, and then I was watching another YouTuber, Rage TV. Just all these guys just bashing the Attitude Era nonstop. Um, and the thing is, it's like, I love the Attitude Era. It's my favorite period in wrestling history, my favorite time for WWE. And the thing is these guys have no valid arguments at all, and they're wrong what they're saying. First of all, you guys lose the argument completely because it's a fact that the Attitude Era was the best time in wrestling history. And why is this? Simply because it had the best ratings. How can you deny that this wasn't the best period in wrestling when the ratings were more than double? They beat Must See TV. It's almost impossible to say that wrestling wasn't at its peak during the Attitude Era. That's almost insane. 1998, 1999, 2000 were the strongest years in professional wrestling history. The Monday Night Wars, Raw is War, just having some of the best segments and matches in wrestling history. And everybody likes to knock it. They say that it was all about Crash TV. And the thing I say to people who hate on Crash TV, which is TV writing that revolves around shock value, which was something that Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara were very keen on. The thing is, I liked Crash TV. Maybe that's just my personal opinion, but you know what? It's also the opinion of just about everybody else who was a major wrestling fan back in the day. I'm one of the few wrestling fans that is still around, that was watching back in the Attitude Era, that is still here now. Most people that I know are not wrestling fans anymore because they said it went down the shitter. It's not worth watching. It's garbage. Why would they watch it? Now, you could say that they weren't true wrestling fans, that they're sellouts, and that those wrestling fans should, stick with the product no matter what. But the thing is, when it decreases in quality so much, what the fuck are you supposed to do? However, I still watch it to this day because I'm a fan and I hope that it gets better. But then we got these completely just delusional folks here on the internets, and they're saying, well, golly be, the storylines weren't any good and I didn't like any of the wrestlers. Suey! When I catch that pig, maybe I'll catch my mind too. And those people are just living out on the farm in the middle of nowhere. They ain't even growing any crops, or and they don't even have any cattle. They're just out there in the farm, and they're just talking about wrestling. They're just saying that it's no good. I mean, these people are completely insane. To say the Attitude Era was bad is like saying that, that nobody likes pizza, when it's quite obvious that a lot of people eat pizza. It's completely insane. You had Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker in his prime, Mick Foley falling off a steel cage. These amazing feuds that are remembered to this day with The Rock and Mick Foley, and Vince McMahon and Stone Cold, and you have ECW Hardcore on one hand, who's a good video maker and I enjoy his reviews, but to say that the Vince McMahon Stone Cold angle was getting old after a while, I have to say that there was a time when they even turned Vince McMahon face, and Stone Cold was helping Vince McMahon face the Ministry. So they always kept it fresh. They were always introducing new comedy elements into the storyline. So I really don't see why or how you could say that it's getting stale. And then also ECW Hardcore went on to say in that video that there were squash matches, and I don't remember squash matches really happening at all. in the WWE at that time. I watched every single Monday back then, and you know, I went back and watched it. I mean, that was in you know, in 1998, and when I seriously started watching it, and I was 10 years old, but I still don't remember any squash matches. And they said that they wrestled the same style. No, that's not true at all, because you see, in 2003, they had this rule passed that they had to work a safer style. So yeah, so after the Attitude Era, the wrestling in-ring product had no choice but to go downhill, because they pretty much said, okay, everybody wrestle like a pussy, and don't do any of their moves, you know. God forbid a wrestling match have fucking moves in it, you know. And then Rage TV is talking about bad storylines and that there were no good mid-carders, and I commented on that video to Rage TV, and I told him, I was like, okay, there's no good mid-carders? What? I mean, you had Road Dogg, Ken Shamrock, Gangrel, X-Pac, Billy Gunn, Steve Blackman. There was a tremendous amount of mid-carders that a lot of people argue to this day should have been main eventers. So that point's not valid at all. It really isn't. You had a great hardcore title scene with Al Snow and Hardcore Holly wrestling out into the Mississippi River. Like, how the fuck can you say that there wasn't a good mid-card scene when it was the most exciting mid-card scene? I mean, it would get even more exciting in the year 2000. You said the storylines weren't all that great because they revolved around Crash TV, and you had some of the most memorable moments. Crash TV just means that it's exciting and unpredictable. So you want wrestling to be bland and uneventful like it has been this year. So yeah, I really don't see your point. And Off the Ropes show, just, you know, I already did a video to them. They were completely ridiculous. So yeah. Anybody who disses the Attitude Era is just fucking off their rocker, and they should just probably stop. And most of the people who are doing this are just pedophiles. I love John Cena and Rey Mysterio and all these other guys that wear masks and are popular with the kiddies. You're sick. You're sick freaks. I mean, for goodness sake, you defend the PG era and you knock the Attitude Era. Something is wrong with your mind. Your brain is just not right. So, yeah. You motherfuckers are insane. Attitude Era rules. PG Era sucks. End of story.